Does Mercer voice Rayfall? It seems far too coincidental.
You have to help me. Ugh, I can't stay like this.
I'm working on it.
Oh, thank the gods. I'll, wait here and hope nobody comes by to talk. Well?
Rightio. Oh yeah, that guy wanted a thermal pearl. Hot springs by Longwatch Falls. And Lagerfarth are there. All I needed to know. Thirst's place, that's where I need to go. Oh, and there's a guy with a wagon here that I haven't tried speaking to. Those hot springs look nice. Doesn't sound like him? Okay. Maybe they wrote it for him, but Mercer had already gone home. Idorin, the all bows to you. Ah, the adventurer who saved the village. So good of you to visit my humble wagon. I'm Idorin. How's business? Gestures at the village around him. Poor like this place. Not much coin to be made trading in furs and fish. I came to the White March because I assumed there would be no competition, and I have none, because there's nothing to compete over out here. If you're not making any money out here, why do you stay? His eyes lower. I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I give up and return with little more than I left, then... His hands ball into fists. No, it won't be like that. I'm not giving up yet. Show me what you have for sale. Tundra clothing? Frigid environment of regions like the White March make these fur outfits a requirement for survival. The outfit is a combination of waterproof leather and fur designed to retain heat while repelling moisture. Oh, he's got some nice stuff. Exceptional hunting bow. Raiment of Wild's Eyes. Mirrored image when hit by a critical hit. Second level wizard spell. I remember that one, yeah, but we've never really tried it. 25 defense against Charm, Confused, Dominate. Yeah, probably, that's true. And this expansion's been out quite a while. This grey cloak is covered in a multitude of stylized eyes, symbols of the god Weil, and said to have been created by the wizard Gorin, who hoped that the pious endeavour might invoke Weil's protection. Set against the many eyes of the 100 mysteries, Gorin hoped his enemies would stumble after falsehoods, while he would remain resistant to the bewildering effects of the world's mysteries. Those who have come across the cloak since have found much use in its enchantments. What became of Gorin himself is unknown, however, for nothing else remains of the man or his works. Monk outfit. Ultimate hat of alluring perfection. Makes you strong and dumb. Designed by an apprentice wizard who sought to create the perfect magical accessory. He spent weeks binding spells and wards to the material, but when he finished, he felt that it looked rather plain. He wanted to strike an imposing figure for peers and rivals, so he spent a few more days adding embellishments. A crest of feathers behind one ear, none of which is reflected on the icon. A band of silk around the brim. It was an improvement, but it also showed the young wizard how poorly he'd chosen his original colour scheme. So he spent a few more days experimenting with other shades in suede, satin, and leather. This feels a bit like a backer-created thing. While the poor young apprentice obsessed over his hat, his peers continued studying spells and hexes. By the time of his first duel, he had assembled a fantastic wardrobe but forgotten many of his spells. His performance ended his budding career in magic most ignominiously, but he went on to become a successful tailor. Just a load of waffle. But it might be good for Zahua or Eder. Rufek's Watchful Cloak Mark II. +2 enemies are needed to flank. Interesting. Rufek was a bruiser and a follower of Weil. He was often hired as a courier or bodyguard because of his size and strength. Yet he was a quiet man, and he developed a habit of walking with his head bowed in prayer. Because of this, would-be thieves frequently attempted to waylay him. But Rufek was blessed by the god of secrets. With uncanny foresight, he dodged and parried his sudden attacks, and slew his assailants, sewing their eyes into his cloak. That's got to smell He intended it as a warning, but others saw it as a challenge. Eventually, he discarded this cloak and wore a simpler, subtler garment in its place. The sight of a dark cloak with shimmering, shifting eyes became infamous among highwaymen and bandits. 9 deflection, Riona's buckle. +5 accuracy when below 50 endurance. Huh. That might be good for one of us. Defense against disease and poison. This belt bears the mark of Riona, a legendary adventurer who traveled Aora in search of wealth and fame. When she was young, she trained at a martial academy in Ozio, where she struggled at first. Many of her fellow students came from wealthy local families, but she was poor and foreign. But she was clever, and she practiced much. One day her chief rival, the nephew of one of the Duke's Bells, challenged her to a duel. Riona could not refuse and save face, so she accepted. When they had assembled in the arena, he offered to give her one piece of his armor before the fight began. He meant it as an insult to her skill, but when Riona asked for his belt, he realized his mistake. He gave her his belt with his sheathed rapier still attached to it, effectively disarming himself. What? Riona won the duel by default and kept the belt as a memento. +5 accuracy. That's... Wait a minute. That's just +5 accuracy. This is +5 accuracy when below 50%. I guess this also has the disease and poison resist. But really, these are better, and they're half the price. It does seem like it would be good for the monk. That's what I was thinking. But the extra accuracy, it's only +5 accuracy, and it's 3,000. And I'm using the belt to buff him. I've got a belt of might on him at the moment. Certainly bearing it in mind. Do we have any ropes and grappling hooks and shit? We don't. Got hammer and chisel. Let's buy the rope and grappling hook. Got pry bar and lockpicks.
Well?
That'll do. Where have we not checked? Maneha? Who's Maneha?
Ha, that's what I get for asking directions in the middle of nowhere.
You weren't here before. She's an Almoa, right? Quite a work, so no shift today. Congrats! Yeah, I have 126k. I sold 40k of vendor trash a moment ago. I've got ridiculous amounts of money.
What is it?
Say, I don't suppose you've seen
NPC?
any mysterious old buildings in the mountains lately, have you?
The Almoa wears an assortment of bangles, bands, cuffs, and chains as thick as armor. She watches you with a raised eyebrow and eyes gleaming with mirth. You mean Durgan's Battery?
No, but I've heard that name a lot around here. I'm looking for the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. It's an obscure temple dedicated to Andra.
I'm not sure if I like her voice either. Why are you looking for the Abbey?
I'm a gift bearer. My job is to gather tokens of things people want forgotten and surrender them to the Lady of Lament.
Wasn't one of these guys earlier complaining about Andra gift bearers?
Best place to do that is the Abbey of the Fallen Moon.
Gift bearers usually dispose of tokens in the sea. Why are you going to the Abbey?
Well, you throw some things into the sea and maybe they wash up on shore one day.
Isn't that the idea? Like Andra rules the sea, so she decides what comes back and what doesn't.
But you want something really good and forgotten, you take it to the Abbey.
She nods. Yeah, she's definitely another party member. Barbarian. Good point. What kind of tokens do you take?
Anything that represents a moment or a memory someone wishes to leave behind.
She sounds a bit like Imoen from Baldur's Gate.
Well, love notes, awkward family heirlooms, bad poetry, the kinds of things you want to forget.
So what are you taking to the Abbey now?
The Abbey's all about forgetting. Wouldn't be much forgetting if I told you about it, would there?
I see.
I might be here a while. Half the villagers have never heard of the Abbey, and the ones that have, no one knows where it is. So I'm trying to think of this as an extended holiday in a remote mining village that smells like fish.
I've got business in the region. We could travel together.
You won't regret it. I've got a lovely singing voice.
Oh no. Don't tell me she can't be a charter, right? There's no way she could be a charter. Kanna's already a charter.
I like her already.
We got another fucking Almoa. This could be a nightmare. I mean, we're gonna ditch someone here, but I don't know who. It could be Aloth or Hiravius, I think, at this point. Could be Kanna. But we have to know who she is and what she's like. I would say just ditch Hiravius for now.
May Wal watch your step.
I'll get him back to strip him of his loot and shit in a moment. She's a barbarian, alright? So there we go. I think having a full melee party is going to be good considering the philosophy they seem to have gone to for this expansion, where enemies just kind of ignore engagement rules. Just having a lot more... I mean, she could protect the back line or something. So you're the one who wants to replace Kanna, not me.
Yes.
No, Hiravius is gone. Hiravius is way more annoying. Shitty voice acting. Then again, I don't think she's much better. What does she wear? Mana has armor. 1 move speed. Extra healing received. Mana has armor reflects her extensive travels and experiences on the roads and waves of Eora. It incorporates brass baubles, the teeth of ferocious creatures, and myriad small bits of fashion Manaher took a fancy to on her adventures. Well, she was saying that she's got this lovely singing voice, and Kanna said, "Oh, great, I love her," but it turns out she's a barbarian. She got a ton of health. Not as much as Zahua, but still quite a lot. Lots of might, lots of con. I think that hood will be good for her. Extra might and con. Then again, you don't want to just bump them by 2. I'd rather bump them by 3 if I could. What's she got? Good athletics. Good survival. Can't be flanked. And she's a dual wielder as well. Oh, that's a two-handed weapon, the Morningstar. Are those new? I feel like I never really thought about using those ever. Thick-skinned, extra damage reduction. Superior deflection. Towering physique, 20 defense against prone. Barbaric shout. Foe AoE terrified, barbaric yell. I feel like I need to respec these if they're going to be any good. Carnage. A barbarian's attacks become so forceful as to impact others around the target enemy. For every successful melee attack, the barbarian makes reduced damage attacks at all other enemies within a short distance of the target. Heart of Fury. Swings viciously in a lightning-quick flurry, taking on all comers. Each equipped weapon attacks every nearby enemy, doing extra damage and inflicting carnage if applicable. Okay. One stands alone.